So the first question is, what do I do? What do you do if your sex drive is completely gone, but your spouse's isn't?
I think the worst thing you can do is just accept that's the way it is. It's got to be something that you work on and you work on together. Maybe last year I had a couple. It was really a pretty good example of that because he had tried to talk about it. Her sex drive was not there, but she wouldn't respond. She wouldn't listen to him. She wouldn't talk. He had an affair. That's not an excuse to have an affair, but uh, they didn't deal with it, and then they did deal with it later on in counseling. And we worked. And the thing is, we were able to work on some things and work that out. Because I think a lot of times, if sex drive is gone, why is it gone? Do we need to figure out why is it gone? Is there something medically there? Is it something that's happened in the relationship? Is it just hormonal? What is it like that? And I had one wife one time that was astounded that her husband had an affair because she said, "I just didn't think sex was important to him anymore."
Mm,
And so she didn't, she didn't have a drive, so she didn't. So I think we make some assumptions there that causes problems. And so my answer to that would be, if the drive is gone, the spouse's isn't, do something about it.
mhm.
Get on the table, talk about it, begin to take steps, find out what you need to do. Maybe a Christian counselor would be a good start because what I would do was direct somebody, okay, let's check out everything medically, make an appointment here and there, what's a guy or a woman, whatever it is, and get those things tested, hormones and stuff like that, and then talk about their sex life. When was it good? What happened between now and then? How do we get it back to where it was? And try to help
Yeah.
them both see the value in it. And today with medications like
Mhm.
Viagra and Cialis and stuff like that, people have sex life all the way through their married life. Where there was, I think, a time years ago where people kind of gave up at a certain time because it just wasn't physically, it wasn't as easy to happen now. And so I think when you see sex as this gift from God, that you want to enjoy it as long as you can.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
in most marriages, husband's probably gonna have a stronger drive than the wife,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's definitely exceptions to that.
There are
Yeah,
sections.
that was
Yep,
such an interesting story that you shared. It reminded me, that, like, so often it's just, like, we don't talk about it, right? So, like,
exactly.
she thought that he was done with sex too because she didn't have a drive, but, like, he didn't bring it up with her. He didn't
Yep.
talk to her about it. They didn't talk about it. She didn't check in with him, and he didn't check in with her. And so that's so fascinating. A couple of years ago, Dylan and I were ministering to this couple where it was a reverse situation. So he had completely lost his sex drive, um, and she would bring it up, but, like, so sporadically, and she got so fed up with him, but it's like she'd bring it up twice a year,
Mm.
and she said, "This isn't really important to me," and so they'd have more sex for about a month, but then they'd, like, slip off the bandwagon, and then she'd be so irritated, but she wouldn't communicate to him,
Yeah.
and she wouldn't initiate, and so it was just really so, like, moral of the story, talk to each other.